Hi, I'm Justin from Reverie Movies. I'm going to take you through some of the new features that I've recently added to Reverie Movies that hopefully will make it a lot easier to use all of the features of Reverie. Reverie Movies' intention is to go beyond just producing short videos, 30-second videos, into producing full movies that you can actually use. They could be short films, they could be animations, they could be music videos. But it's taking you to, it allows you to plan your scenes, it allows you to storyboard. And for things like music videos, it allows you to work with a timeline. So with that, let's create a new project. Um, let's create a I don't know test project. It's a good idea to populate the description because this gets used in the prompts. So and it sets the overall theme. It sets the overall. You can put whatever you like in here at a high level. Um, and let's make it cinematic, photorealistic, sure, energetic. These then are keyed into it. You can use for YouTube and desktop type movies. You can use 16:9. If you want to put it up on the socials, TikTok, Instagram, and stuff, you can do 9:16 portrait format. So, and you can set the resolution. If you go with the higher resolution, you get charged more. Um, so that's creating a project. Great. Let's go in. So the first thing it asks me is what type of view do I want to work with? It's depending upon what I'm building and what my starting point is. If you um, if you have a script, say, if you know what you're going to build and you have the scenes worked out and things like that, then scene builder is probably what you want. Um, if you want to work with a timeline based view where you're putting clips in at specific points in time, which would be suitable for like a music video, then go with timeline view. Um, Otherwise, go with clip view. Now, you will see different functions depending upon which view you select, but it's very easy to switch between between the different views. So just for now, let's go with clip view. And as you can see in clip view, you have arrangement, timeline. There's the scene. This is how we get to the scene builder view, where you can build scenes. But let's go back to clip view and um, let's go to arrangement view. So when we add our first clip, there's more detail than what you have to put in in previous clips. Sorry, in subsequent clips. So, but it's um, it's just the initial one. So cool. Let's go with that. Actually, what you can do is you can use we can edit this, so we can give him a grin, or let's put it at daytime. Great, now it's daytime. All right, let's use that. Close that. There we can see it's set. There's other options. Inserting reference images, text to video if you don't want to upload, if you don't want to set an initial image and upload, or if you've already got a video, I've already got an image, you can just use that. Grant. He's skipping about. Um, Currently, it's just Google VO. Right now, I am working on integrating seed dance, so that's coming. That's about to drop this weekend, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that. Um, it is pretty restricted as to what you can do. If you've got somebody, if it doesn't allow guns, it doesn't allow any kind of anything that is even closely resembles violence, or smoking, or religious images. It doesn't allow any of those, whereas seed dance does. So you will be able to do a lot more once I add seed dance. Um, so, but for the moment, that's what we have to work with. You can set cinematography. Um, I can skip this as well. There we go. So let's generate. No, it does take a lot. It does take a long time to generate. So I'm putting these on pause. Um, it takes about a minute and a half to about 3 minutes to generate a video. That's just the nature of it. It's there's nothing we can do about that. Cool. So that took a minute and a half. Google VO is quick. C Dance, just to warn you, is going to be a bit slower. There's our guy. He's not much of an alien, but he's cool. Okay, so that's great. Save that. Okay, so you can play it inline. Here's the functions you can do. You can play a preview of them. Good stuff. You can go to full screen. You can also generate with audio. You can edit as well. I will be working on simplifying the edit dialogue. This is quite complex, but you can do a lot on it. There's a lot of functions that I've added that you can do. The generate one is where the actual generation happens, and then you can add transitions. It's only the first clip, so there's none available. You can You can extend it. You can do some crazy stuff. But anyway, let's add the next clip. So then you see a simpler view subsequently, and it should be nice and quick to add the next ones. Well, other than the fact that it takes time to generate the videos, but it should the process should be a lot streamlined. There's three clip types you can add here: continuation, hard cut, or character intro. So continuation does is it takes the last frame of the previous clip and it uses that as input into the next clip so that you can continue, so that it generates the next sequence that you want to show. We're going to make him do a somersault. Because I know how to spell somersault. And and you can set the duration. We'll leave it at that. So that's continuation. Hard cut would be if you wanted to start a whole brand new clip that has nothing to do with the previous clip, and you'd set an initial image. This is the image studio, so you can select previous images if you wanted. We could have it switch to nighttime, just like that if we wanted. Have the two clips going day night day night. You can do something. You can do crazy stuff like that. And with the image studio, you can go back and use. So this is kind of cool. You can go back and use the same images for continuity with Image Studio. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, and then character intro. We don't have any characters defined. We'll do that in a minute. But that's where, for character consistency, you can add characters into your. So you could define a character, put some images, and then you could use that character across all your scenes. Then if you do that, it's not going to be a continuation. So then you can use hard cut to make it continuous. So you can actually do cool things like that. With There's well, actually, there's an intercut one which I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, this is we're just going to do a continuation one, and let's generate that. Okay, that's generated. Okay, look, I had to redo the image. It was he decided Google decided it was violating third party interests. I don't know. I must have thought the bunny was in Toy Story or something like that. So I've regenerated it with just a normal bunny. But anyway, it's so that's a continuation clip. Um, let's see him do a backflip. Sweet. All right. So um, there's a few things you can do. Um, Notice the side button here. You've got some extra functions. You can insert an intercut. So what you could do there is that inserts a clip in between these two clips with the last frame of the previous one and the first frame of the next one, so that you can get this, so you can join them up. If they're too far out of each other, they don't look if they're not similar, you could create a clip that joins the two images together. Um, you can generate a crossfade. You can also extend the clip. So what we could do is with this one is we could extend it. Um, well, actually, can't. You have to add another clip. Okay, I need to fix that. Um, so let's export that um, just to show the continuity, um, because it's kind of cool. Export a start in there. It can take it's another queue job, so it can take a few minutes to actually do it, but it's pretty quick once it gets going. So let's have a look at this. So we've got two. It's now 16 seconds long, so it's the two clips together, and one was continuous after the other one, a continuation clip. So let's see what it does. Let's see how smooth it is at the 8 second point. See, it's not bad. Just go back here. So see, you get two scenes, and one continues onto the other. Awesome. So yeah, that's most of it. Um, let's define a character. Let's do something crazy. Okay, I'm going to put me in it because why not? Um, so we've defined a character, me. I'm going to create a clip that's a character intro. And so what that does is that still uses the previous clip's last frame. And and it it uses the character as well. And let's generate that. All right. Um, okay, there's me. Doesn't really look like me. I need to fix that. But anyway, there I am. I'm in it. So if we export that, um, let's have a look. So you can see there the scene. It's not continuous there. So we can fix that by inserting an intercut clip, which is going to use the two scenes. Okay, what's going on here? All right, cool. So so let's just say continuous scene. So this creates an intercut scene. So this is the first. The start is the last frame of the previous one, and the end is the first frame of the next one. So it's kind of like a sandwich clip. Cool. So that's generated that. What does it do? Doesn't do much because it's just to continue. It's just a bridge between the two clips. All right, let's see what that looks like. Let's do an export. So as we can see, though, it the inserted the clip in between. Probably should have given it a better name. It's an intercut clip. You can see. Let's export that. All right, let's have a look. So now it's 31 seconds long. An intercut clip's about 7 seconds. That's why you don't see it as 32. This is backflip. Okay, this is the intercut. See? More continuous. All right, that's not bad. Now, it was a little bit choppy in between there. If we do a more higher quality export, which takes longer, um, that usually gets a better result. Let's try that out. All right, let's play that. Yeah, it's all right. What we could do is we can insert a crossfade to make that even better. So usually, you want to keep this as tight as possible, actually, but you can try different. You can experiment, and hopefully that'll get us a better result. You can analyze the transition to see. Let's just apply that. Okay, so now it has a crossfade. You can see that there. This already has a crossfade, so um, let's apply it here. This one doesn't have one. 98%, so that's a good match. If that's a low figure, even if it's below 90, your mileage will vary considerably with generating using a crossfade. They kind of have to have a lot of similarity. There's only so much you can do because what it's doing is it's blending the few seconds before and after. All right. So now we've got crossfades on everything. And let's see what that looks like if we export it. As you can see there, it was showing the crossfade processing. All right, let's see what that looks like. See, that is much smoother. Yeah, I couldn't really do much with that second one. But you could actually insert, what we could do is we could insert another intercut to get that even closer. That's possible. But anyway, okay, let's leave it at part one for that. I'll do a part two, which will go over the timeline. This covers most of the functionality in clip view. So we've covered creating your initial opening shot. We've created continuation clips, which continues the action beyond. Actually, there was one I was going to show. Was what we can do is extend the clip. So what you can do is you can make this one longer, up to 30 seconds longer. Um, there's a limit of it. You can only basically it takes this video, takes the original video, and you tell it to do more action, and it extends it out by another whatever it is, 8 seconds. Um, and you can keep doing that up till about 30 seconds. So that's kind of useful as well. I won't cover that here, but it's that's another thing you can do. Um, okay, on to the next clip.